Cancer, November. Cancer, there's some really big changes happening for you. And this is something that's been going on for so long, you probably got used to it. So, Cancer, you are located in the zodiac across from Capricorn, right? I associate Cancer with mother energy, nurturing energy. I'm a Cancer rising. And Capricorn being across from you. You're both cardinal signs, which means that you push forward the season, okay? So you think about Cancer pushing forward the season of summer. Takes a lot of oomph. Now, Cancer has been having this planet Pluto across from it since 2008. Okay, so this is like been going on for so long that you might not even have noticed it anymore. But as Pluto gets to the final degrees of Capricorn, it really amps up. It amps up at the end, okay? So here you are, Cancer. You're either your Cancer sun, Cancer rising, or Cancer moon, and you've had this heavy hitter Pluto across from you for all this time. Now, remember, Pluto rules, we still call it a planet. Pluto rules death, right? It's Scorpio energy. But it also rules rebirth, which people tend to forget. It rules all the deep emotions, including sex. It's watery energy, so it's super intuitive. Pluto wants to pretty much like burn everything to carbon that doesn't work and bring in the new. Okay, so you've been having this intensity there, and now it's going to its final last minutes until Pluto moves into Aquarius on November 19th. So you're going to be really relieved. Okay, now, so you're kind of off the hook and for a little bit until Saturn and Neptune move into the cardinal sign of Aries in 2025, later in the year. So you kind of get this little period where things get calmer, maybe a little quieter, maybe there's a little relief. And as long as you're paying attention to the changes that need to be made, okay? Now remember, Cancer's like the family energy, mom energy, home energy, and Pluto is combined monies, taxes, all those kind of things, okay? So be paying attention to those themes that are coming up. Now remember, Venus is currently in the sign of Capricorn, or I'm sorry, it will be there on November 11th through the rest of the month. So once Venus moves into Capricorn, it's going to be right across from you, okay? So more themes about money, more themes about what's of value to you. Venus rules relationships. So what relationships are really working for you? Capricorn likes commitment. So maybe it's time to show up and commit in yours if they're the right relationships for you. Okay. Now you have a beautiful trine because you're a water sign and the sun is in Scorpio until November 21st. You have this really flowing trine energy, triangle. Everybody wants triangles when they study astrology because it's smoother energy, right? Where the squares are considered what everybody doesn't want. But squares make us better people. Okay. So we also have a trine with Saturn and Neptune right now because they're in that watery sign of Pisces. So again, you're kind of off the hook for a little bit there, but I really want you to reflect on what you've learned, what life has shown you, and make the necessary changes. Enjoy the short-lived quiet while it's here. Okay. Now I did a pre-reading for you. I pulled a couple cards ahead of time just to kind of make sure that I'm on the right track for you. And the first card that came up was the Death card. This is from the Dreamy Moons Tarot. And of course the Death card came up because it's Pluto. Okay, so this is a really cool version of it. There's this change sprouting out from your heart. Okay, so the Death card is showing up, makes sense, does not mean a literal death, just things changing. She almost looks like she's like surrendered to it. Now, your next card that came up was the Three of Swords. And I kind of felt like this was the death of this. The old pain, the old relationships that didn't work out, the things that like the trauma that we were holding on to. I'm seeing that changing. And I'm really happy to see that too because I'm a Cancer rising. Now, the next card that came out was the Three of Pentacles. This is kind of an interesting card. It kind of looks like a classroom setting. The woman here's, fully exposed, so things are clear, all right? And there's kind of a sketching here. I think of 3 as a number of like sketching and writing in pencil, kind of erasing what doesn't work. And you have a teacher here teaching you. So you're learning new things. You're seeing more clearly. It's also a card of collaborating with others. You got 2 3s in a row. All right. And the Death card. Now, the Oracle card that I pulled for you is the Unicorn card. This is from the really cool Sacred Forest Oracle that we keep in stock in Kent, Connecticut. And you got this Purity card, Unicorn. And so we've got this mythological creature here. I always think of like when those come up, like maybe things that you believe other people don't believe, but that's okay. There's a purity here. There's a cleansing. And I think there's a purity of the mind. And like, I see you kind of clearing up like old relationship things and starting to find the right people. And I really hope that's true for myself too. All right, now let's pull a few more cards. Let's do a live reading because that was my pre-reading ahead of time. Let's see what cards come up that I haven't looked at yet. And a few there. Let's do a few from each deck. I'm working, like I said, with the Dreamy Moons. I've got this really cool new deck that I'm really enjoying called the Phantom Wise Tarot. And this is based on the book The Night Circus, which was a fictional book, but it was like really, really spiritual quest, a really cool book. And so we'll take one from the Phantom Wise and then the classic Modern Witch I'm working with, which I always love. I just love it. It's a great one. So let's pull one from there. See what you need to know here. All right, this is your live reading. Let's see what you need to know. Here's the Emperor, okay? So this is your second major arcana that's showing up, the Emperor card here. The Emperor's the boss. It's number 4 here. So like, I think of number 4 as a pause number. Interesting how he's got like almost the skulls of all the rams, right? Coming in under this Death card. Now, Death is ruled by Pluto. And the Emperor's ruled by Mars. And if you think about Scorpio energy, which we had a Scorpio new moon here on the 1st, and we have the sun in Scorpio most of the month, and we have a lot of watery planets as we begin the month of November. But the Emperor Mars and Pluto are they co-rule Scorpio, right? Mars was the original ruler. Then when Pluto was discovered, it became the secondary ruler of Scorpio. So you got a lot of Scorpio indications here. He's kind of got this crystal ball or the world in his hand. So you're really in a power position here. Now, this is Aries energy. Aries is the I am energy. So there's like newness, all right? Card number 2 is the 5 of Swords, which is interesting because it's coming in under this 3 of Swords, and he's holding the 3 swords here. 2 swords are on the ground. It could be a relationship. So you may have had to make some decisions that were like for the Empire of people that just are not working out. Okay, so that's showing up, and if you feel a connection to that, like there's some relief here that's like what the energy that's available right now, and that makes sense, and you have to make the cuts as needed. Okay, this can also be some of like old wounds, old trauma that you're really ready to kind of be cleansed of. Card number 3 is the 2 of Cups, and I'm happy to see the 2 of Cups show up because it shows me that new relationships are here showing up for you. And they feel like healthy relationships, okay? So that's a really great card to see. It's almost like you had to make space so that the new ones could come in. And they're both holding the cup of satisfaction. And so it seems like there'll be a lot more satisfying relationships, especially as you collaborate with others. Now, I'm going to pull a card. I love this little Golden Art Nouveau tarot. It's a mini, but it's like not too mini. It's kind of like medium mini. And we're going to pull a card for each week of November, okay? And we're going to see what else we have here. One for each week of November. All right, let's see what we got. Week 1. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and so it's interesting. He's holding this pentacle in his hand, and almost like the Emperor was holding this gold ball, which is like the world or something of value in his hand. So something's arriving here. All right, the Knight of Pentacles to me, like he moves really slow. So it's something you might have been waiting for a while. It's showing up. Week 2, we have the Star card. Okay, so you have a purge, a cleansing. Okay, you already have the Purity Unicorn, and now you've got the Star card here. So there's a pouring out, just kind of pouring out the emotions that don't work. The Star is Aquarius energy. We know Pluto is going to move into Aquarius on the 19th. Looks like it's going to open up some doors for you, new friendships, new people. Week 3, here is the Queen of Wands. Okay, so you got a queen showing up. This is the week that Pluto moves into Aquarius. And so you got this fire queen, this queen of passion. We know that the month of November has a lot of fire energy going on. So I love the Queen of Wands. Like, she's fun. She wants to get up and go and do stuff. And she would make a great friend, okay? Adventure friend. As we move into Sagittarius, the sun moves into Sagittarius this 3rd week. Now, week 4, we have the Hermit, and this is the week of Thanksgiving. So this is, you got 2 majors here in the week by week. The Hermit is Virgo energy. He's the fool grown up. He's your inner guide. And he's guiding you, okay? So you want to listen to that internal voice. The Hermit needs a lot of alone time, so don't forget that, especially Cancer. You're watery. You pick up a lot of people. You pick up a lot of psychic energy, so that's just naturally what you do. So you want to prepare that you're going to need some alone time. Even though you want to make space for new people, it can't just be all people all the time. You definitely need your downtime, okay? So those are your cards. I'm going to kind of scoot them to the side because I'm going to work with the charms and I'm going to work with the dice to show you some power days for you this month. Got this gigantic bowl of charms here. Throw some onto, let me move that. Throw those onto the calendar. And let's see what we got here for you. Everything kind of landed straight down the middle here. All right, we've got an N. You're looking for like names, words that connect to you, initials, okay? Now, so far we see letter N up at the top, a 4, number 6. I've got an R here. I've got the word, what does that say? Does that say Chevrolet? What does that say? No, it says cheerleader. Okay, got somebody cheering you on here. Got a 4, which that Emperor card was. So it looks like the 30th of October was chock full. And even though that's in the past, you want to pay attention to what was going on the 30th, the day before Halloween. You have like the tree of life symbol. You've got a symbol for a dragon and a wrench, along with the letter R. You've got NR here. Now on the 1st, November 1st, Day of the Dead, we have a mermaid. All right. Now you've got, oh, interesting, votes for women the day after the election. All right. You've got the letter V. 6 is a big day for you. You got a little fairy. Now over here on the 13th, you have a little symbol that says Cecilia. And it says 1 tree planted. That was off a piece of jewelry. The letter I and the word royalty across the 13th. So you got like straight down 3 Wednesdays in a row that look really great for you. The 22nd, you have another tree of life. You have another tree of life. A lot of tree of life in these terms on the 26th. So with all these trees, like grounded, rooted, fresh air, all that kind of stuff. The 28th, you have the word hope. The 29th, you have a coyote howling. The letter Z that fell over here to the side. And I've got the number 52 and a candlestick down here at the bottom. Okay. 52 equaling 7. All right. So see if you feel any connection to any of those. And let's see, we can't really make much words because we really only have the word Zin or, I want to say mine, but I don't have any VIN. It's almost like a VIN number, vehicle identification number. Huh. Okay. And a cheerleader, which is funny because I thought that said Chevrolet at first. So it actually could be maybe you're looking to purchase a car. Maybe you're having a vehicle fix there with the wrench. Maybe you're thinking about a new car. Okay. Now let me roll these dice. And we've got the sign Cancer. We've got the North Node, Cancer, 6th house. Okay, so the North Node themes of what you came here to do, what you came here to accomplish, what your dharma is, what you agreed to learn. In the sign of Cancer, which you are Cancer, so there's themes of nurturing. There's themes of trusting intuition and feeling. Then we have the 6th house, which is Virgo's house, the house of service and contribution, health and wellness. So the kind of vibe that I get is that you, Cancer, easily want to like help people, nurture people. And you have to remember that it can't be all you giving. Okay. 6th house. So for your health, you're obligated to take care of yourself, to rest. Okay. There's a lot of 4s that came up that make me feel like rest. Cancer, 6th house, house of health. So you want to take some good downtime. Maybe you have some quiet weekends because we didn't get a lot of energy over the weekends. But really, really nurturing yourself. Okay. Now I'm going to give you some power days for the month. And I'm going to use my moon calendar here because that's what I use to look up where the moon is, right? I love these moon calendars. We have them in stock in Kent, Connecticut, our little shop if you haven't visited there before. And keep in mind, we also do readings over Zoom. Okay, so we're looking for dates that the moon is in the sign of Cancer. And remember, the beginning of the month, we have a lot of planets in water. So you really want to rest up and take really good care of yourself. Now let's see, where is the sign Cancer for the month? Well, we know the moon enters the sign of Cancer on Monday, November 18th, and it's about 3:50 a.m. It's going to be there on Tuesday, the 19th, the day that Pluto enters Aquarius, through the 20th until 8:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So these are power days for you, okay? These could be power rest days for you. And I know they're Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but even if that's just a couple extra minutes of sleep or a nice bath at the end of the day, those are the kind of things I'm talking about. Now, you also rolled the sign Virgo, and we know that the moon is going to be in Virgo on Friday the 22nd, where you did have this tree, into Saturday the 23rd, into Sunday the 24th, and actually all the way into Monday morning, early in the morning, okay? These are power times for you, Cancer. Have a fabulous month.